I think it's time we finally sat down and talked about poop. In The Binding of Isaac. Poop is natural, we all do it, and it makes the world go round. According to Ed. Probably. How much poop is in Isaac? Well, there's 1 poop, 2 poop, red poop, gray poop, black poop, gray poop, old poop, new poop. This one sings a little song. This one here won't stay for long. Say, what a lot of poop there are. Alright, enough with the Dr. Vin. Let's discuss poop. Today we're going to discuss how much poop there is in Isaac and what is the importance of it. I'm serious. There's so many different kinds of poop in Isaac, where do we begin? This poop gives you coins and health. This one just gives you coins, but it gives you a lot of coins or just a really cool trinket. This poop hurts and confuses enemies. This poop hurts you and enemies and automatically makes you lose any Tainted Jacob run. This poop has a little friend that's out to get you. And this poop here is just to heal you. And this little guy gives you some poops
to sacrifice.
And I know what you're thinking. Oh no, is that all the sentient poop in the game? No, I assure you, there's a lot of living and probably breathing poop out there. Let's dive into it. So first let's start with Dinga. It's a big living poop that when it dies, it turns into 2 smaller poops. Those poops are called squirts. And when they die, they turn into smaller living poops called dips. You following? And don't worry, there's a lot of variants of those poops. There's dank squirts, splurts, corn dips, drips, brownie corn, big corn, and Hardy. How you doing, Hardy? And there actually is a little bit of gray area in what is actually a poop or not. So dank squirts spawn 2 clots when they die. And I thought that dank squirts were poop covered in tar. But I never thought that clots were poop at all. I thought they were just, little tar living things. Living things made of tar, I guess. That's what I thought. But that raises the question, when dank squirts die, are the clots, are they just like the dank squirt split in half so there's poop with tar around it? Or is that just the tar from the squirts coming off to being their own living being? Or are dank squirts just tar in the shape of poop? Maybe it's tar that possessed poop? I don't know. It raises a lot of questions that I don't have any answers to. It also raises the question of what the heck is Gish? I thought Gish was just a living ball of tar. Now I'm thinking he might be tar who takes over poop. I don't know. Is tar a parasite in this universe that just gets in the brain of poop? I don't know. I could talk about this all day and I don't have answers. There's also Cloggies. That's a poop-shaped Cloddy. Or it's a Cloddy made of poop. I don't know the answer to that either. So there's Corn Mines and then there's Henry. And Henry's got a lot of problems, but we love him anyway. Henry is the rarest enemy in the entire game, and as soon as you walk into a room with him, he just flushes himself away. Keep doing you, Henry. Now for bosses. There's Dingle, Dangle, Turdlings, Brownie, Clostomia, Clog, and Turdlet. And I decided to give them some awards. Dingle and Dangle get the award for best singers in the group. I would give them best singers for the entire game, but the siren just barely beats them out in my opinion. Turdlings get the award for the grossest intro pictures. Brownie gets the award for best dad. Clostomia gets the award for the most overrated, hard boss of the game. He's really not that bad, guys. He's really not. Clog gets the award for the dumbest boss fight because he spawns poop that just make the boss fight just that much easier, really. And Turdlet gets the award for being the only poop enemy in Isaac that I would even consider keeping as a pet. Now let's go over the poop items from worst to best in my opinion. The worst one is IBS. So whenever Isaac deals damage, which is often, you have a chance to get a random poop effect from Tainted Blue Baby. It would be good if it didn't hurt you, but more times than not, it's gonna hurt you, okay? Number 2, it will drop a butt bomb upon 3 seconds of firing continuously. Now, I don't want to see a single goddamn supporter for this item in the comments. It's not good. So the bomb itself is really good. It also confuses enemies in the room, but I refuse to enjoy micromanaging the 3 seconds of firing. And fucking, you're fighting Mom's heart or something, you can't really move around a lot. You tell me you like the bot bombs in that situation. There's so many bosses it doesn't work for. Any fragile characters is automatic no. And it just takes a couple times to forget you have the butt bombs to wish you didn't have them. It's a trash item, bottom tier, untakeable. Straight up. I don't even know how to pronounce this one. Scatoli, I think it is. It's that item that I forgot was even in the game. It makes some flies friendly or just not do contact damage. I don't think it's a bad item. I guess it's fine. I can't remember the last time I had it in the game. I can't remember a single time I was like, thank God I have this, but there's no downside, so it's fine. E. coli, it turns enemies into poop upon touching them. It's good. I like it. It synergizes with, like, yeah, you know, Aries and stuff like that. But for the most part, you're gonna have to take damage to get this item's effect. With that being said, any item that, you know, benefits from taking damage most of the time will never be my favorite, but I like it. It's alright. Then there's the poop. The only reason that this item is as high as it is because you get petrified poop. The poop goes from a bottom tier item to a middle tier item. It's good. Petrified poop is good at giving you, you know, money, hearts when you need it. And anyone who says they primarily like this item for defense, they are either a Chad or they want to act cooler and smarter than they actually are. So who actually uses a brown nugget? Okay, so put it this way, brown nugget's only this high because it recharges in the same room, making it fun for green mode or long boss fights or, you know, boss rush and just situations like that. But for the vast majority of rooms, I don't think brown nugget's even worth placing down in a room, because you have the couple seconds where you're going to hold it above your head. That's going to waste seconds away from you actually firing tiers of enemies, and I don't think it's worth using most of the time, but it is fun in those modes or boss fights, so I'll give it that. So Dirty Mind is an item that turns poop into friendly beings, poop beings. It's not very strong, but creating an army of it can, you know, give you some nice defense buffer and I guess a little offense attack. And every poop has their own special dip, friendly dip that you get, which is very nice and honestly a great touch. And just, you know, the bigger armor you get, it can become powerful. And there's that one challenge where you do have nothing but that. And it's actually kind of a fun challenge. So overall, I would say I like this item, and it's definitely my favorite out of everything so far. Hollowed Ground greatly increases your DPS if you're in that little tiny range that the glowing poop offers. The poop is too fragile, and you know, it procs upon getting hit, which also gives it some minus points. If the poop was just more durable and more durable alone, it would go from an okay item in my head to like freaking top tier, because that DPS with Hollow Ground is insane. But the fact that it's so fragile, most of the time it's gonna break before you want it to, 1,000,000%. And the fact it procs upon getting hit, it puts it here on the list, which is still good, you know. Butt bombs are a good version of number 2. They turn all future bombs into butt bombs, which gives you, you know, the confusion effect upon the entire room for a little bit. And just +5 bombs, I'm never going to complain about that, honestly. Getting that early on, I always say bombs early on is a good thing. It's a great thing Basement 1. And especially butt bombs, they're honestly one of the better bomb upgrades in the game. I love it. So Flush is basically an instant room clear for the vast, I don't know about the vast majority, but for a good amount of rooms, especially early on, and only having a 4-room charge makes this item actually really good. I think it's kind of underrated. I don't hear people talking about it often, but it can just clear rooms like that most of the time. And it flushes poop bosses. Like, that's really good for some bosses. You hate Clostomia? Flush it. I'm pretty sure. It works for all path bosses. I haven't tested it. But yeah, very good item for bosses, for poop bosses, and just clearing rooms. I don't even know how to pronounce this 100%. I didn't look it up. Montezuma's Revenge. So basically this item is a reversed diarrhea themed brimstone. Short brimstone, that is. It's kind of awkward and hard to aim, but if you can aim it and actually get it to work and learn the rhythm of it, it's really good, and it can actually carry a run, making it my favorite poop item in the game. Congratulations to the poop item I don't know if I can pronounce properly. You're the best. Mwah. Why'd I kiss poop? Oh my god. Special shout out to Bozo. It has a special chance to create rainbow poops upon taking damage, but the game doesn't consider it a poop item, so I don't either. But keep doing you, Bozo. Aside from Bozo, if you pick up 3 of any of these poop items, you get the oh crap transformation. Not only does it turn you into a glorious poop human, you heal half a heart upon destroying a poop, and that's it. Honestly, that's decently useful. I couldn't tell you a single time off the top of my head where I actually got this transformation. It's pretty rare, but it doesn't sound like a bad benefit, I guess. Now let's talk about the poop trinkets from my least favorite to most favorite. In dead last, we got brown cap. It makes poop explode, which I guess I can see the usefulness for this, but more often than not, I'm gonna forget I have and then hurt myself. Mysterious Candy gives Isaac a chance to poop every 30 seconds. It's not the worst thing ever. It doesn't necessarily hurt you, but more often than not, I just kind of get a little annoyed about the poop's placement, and it doesn't really seem to pay out most of the time. I guess it'd be fine if you could also have petrified poop there, but that's another trinket. You don't often have 2 trinket spaces. It's not my favorite one. It's not my least favorite though, but it's close. So Dingleberry spawns a random little friendly dip upon clearing a room. The damage of this one dip, just one dip, is very minute and kind of irrelevant in my opinion. Used Diaper gets the Scatoli effect randomly in some rooms, which I feel like the defense of this trinket is probably better than, you know, one random friendly dingle, so it goes here. I don't really care though. I don't know how to pronounce this one either. Meconium. I didn't look any of this stuff up before. So what does it even do? I don't remember. Adds a chance for poop to turn into black poop, and adds a chance for black poop to spawn a demon heart. Look at that. That's nothing too crazy. But black poop is one of the better poops in the game just to find randomly in a room. So honestly, this is the line where I start to, you know, like the poop trinkets. It's a good one. You know, demon hearts obviously are great. Black poops can really make the difference in some rooms. So I put this in the good tier. We're not really doing a tier list, but if we did, it would be in the good tier. So this should be obvious. I think the best poop trinket is gonna be petrified poop. You know, it adds like a 50% chance to give you drops from basic poops. You get, you know, Cards Against Humanity, which, you know, makes poops just spawn all over the room. You go into a big room, your money's honestly might get filled up from that one room alone. Your health might get filled up from that one room alone. And it just, more often than not, when I'm like really searching for health or like money or something, I'm gonna shoot all the poops I see. So to have petrified poop, it's a huge help and can save a run. Top tier trinket, honestly, kind of in general, and definitely the best poop trinket, hands down. Or should I say butts down. You would probably think that's all the poop there is in Isaac, but there's more. There's this pill called explosive diarrhea. It makes you poop out bombs. Only makes you poop out real poop if you got butt bombs. But there is Soul of Blue Baby that does give you 7 butt bombs. It also gives you a brown creep trail that greatly increases your DPS. And the rune also makes you fart, but we're not talking about farting today. Farting is not the same thing as pooping. We will be talking about farting in a different video. Maybe. If you guys want a farting video, just let me know in the comments, okay? And I'll make it. Speaking of Blue Baby, he loves poop the most. Probably more than Edmund. He starts off with the poop item, which, you know, as we discussed, isn't the worst. You're probably gonna get petrified poop pretty early on with that character. But he now has a tainted version of himself. Tainted Blue Baby's aesthetics and mechanics are based around poop. This man eats poop. He probably breathes poop. It's always in his freaking mouth. All bombs are replaced with these poop pickups that just give you more poops you can use. You have a jar in the corner of your screen that you can save poops for later, and in my opinion, he's a very powerful and underrated character. There's brown poops that are just regular poops. There's black poops that are just regular black poops. There's corn poops that can give you friendly flies. There's fire poops that are probably the most powerful and they just do a lot of fire damage to enemies. There's stinky poops that actually is also very powerful and just creates, you know, a poisonous gas around it when you throw it. And then there's glowing or white poops, which is just hollowed ground. And then there's stone poops that are very durable shields, and more often than not, I just kind of throw them to get rid of them. But they have their use, I just don't use it. And there's also butt bombs, butt diarrhea, and you can have that creep that greatly increases your DPS. You can also fart, but again, this video is not about farting. Hey, what's up? It's Editor Vincal here. You can tell I'm the editor because of all these cool effects. So I'm not using my fancy camera right now because the battery's dead, and I just kind of want to get this thing going, so I'm not going to wait for it to charge. So we're on my webcam right now. There's a few things I forgot to put in this video while recording or scripting, so I'm going to do it now. And for these, I'm honestly just going to read the wiki. I forgot 2 pills. I forgot Relax and X-Lax. Relax, for a short time, poop spawns whenever Isaac moves, like explosive diarrhea, but with poop.
Ooh, that's a good one.
X-Lax creates a pool of slippery brown creep underneath Isaac. I don't even know how I forgot this one. Giant Poop spawns in only 4 different rooms and Dross levels. Requires a huge amount of energy to destroy. I didn't need to read the wiki for this one. Basically, like poop, but like bigger. It takes a lot more effort to destroy, and you get more pickups from destroying it. The rarest non-living poop in the game. And there's a challenge I forgot. Challenge number 2, the highbrow challenge. Highbrow is challenge number 2. Thanks, Wiki. Isaac begins this challenge with number 1, E. coli, butt bombs, flush, and petrified poop. The goal is to defeat Mom, and that's highbrow. Back to high quality Keelvin. So that's all the poop there is in Isaac as far as I know. So that leaves us with the question of the video. What is the importance of poop in Isaac? Because it's funny.